So, can you really heal your prostate naturally? Or is this just another one of those hyped up bro science, fake news, internet gurus trying to sell you some useless magic formula? And if it is possible to heal the prostate naturally, what is involved in doing so? We're going to answer these questions and many more today. If you are new here, welcome. This channel is dedicated to helping you make informed decisions about your health and wellness. So let's get started. First, let's look at what the medical professionals have to say about treating prostatitis. According to the Mayo Clinic, antibiotics are the primary treatment for bacterial prostatitis. In some cases, they may recommend a course of up to 14 days of antibiotics followed by a 4 to 6 week course of alpha blockers to reduce symptoms and help with urination. If you have chronic pelvic pain syndrome, they will likely put you on a low dose of tamsulosin, Flomax, once daily for 6 weeks, then reevaluate. For those of you that don't want to take prescription medication, there are some things you can do to help alleviate your symptoms. The first is to drink a minimum of 3 liters of fluid per day to help flush out your system. Another is to consider adding saw palmetto to your daily routine. It has been studied and shown to be effective in men with an enlarged prostate. Finally, if you smoke, now is the time to quit. Smoking can worsen symptoms and make treatment less effective. Now let's talk about what the research has found. A study done by Harvard actually concluded that saw palmetto was no better than a placebo. However, a study done by the University of Maryland Medical Center found that saw palmetto was more effective than finasteride, which is a prescription medication. They concluded that not only was saw palmetto as effective as finasteride, but it also had significantly fewer side effects. So what does this all mean? What we can gather from this is that each person is unique, and what works for one may not work for another. Let's talk about some natural ways you can help heal your prostate. First, you need to eat a diet rich in antioxidants. Antioxidants help fight inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. A lack of antioxidants can lead to free radical damage within the cells of the prostate, leading to an increased risk of developing prostatitis. Some foods that are rich in antioxidants include tomatoes, watermelon, strawberries, spinach, and pumpkin seeds. Next, you should consume foods that are high in zinc. Zinc is an essential mineral that plays a key role in prostate health. Men with prostatitis often have low levels of zinc. Some great sources of zinc include oysters, clams, crab meat, and beef. Lastly, make sure you are getting enough vitamin D. Studies have found a link between vitamin D deficiency and an increased risk of prostatitis. The best way to increase your vitamin D is to get some sun exposure. However, you can also get vitamin D from certain foods such as fatty fish and egg yolks. Now, there are some additional things you can do to help speed up the healing process. First, cut out sugar and processed foods from your diet. These types of foods can contribute to inflammation and make your symptoms worse. Next, make sure you are staying hydrated. Drinking plenty of water will help flush out toxins and support overall prostate health. Finally, manage your stress levels. Stress can exacerbate symptoms, so finding healthy ways to relax, such as exercise, yoga, or meditation, can be beneficial. It is important to note that while these tips can be helpful, they are not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you are experiencing symptoms of prostatitis, it is important to see a doctor for a diagnosis and treatment. In conclusion, there is no one-size-fits-all approach to healing the prostate. What works for one person may not work for another. However, by following the tips above, you can help support your overall prostate health and potentially reduce your risk of developing prostatitis. Remember to consult with your doctor before making any major changes to your diet or lifestyle. And always be wary of anyone selling you some magic formula that will supposedly cure your prostatitis. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like, comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. And, as always, thanks for watching.